Live. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Sunday Night Live. I'm your host, Yakin with Sarah, and go ahead and introduce yourself.
I am Luke Hentges of Northwoods Angling, YouTube.
That's right. Let me make sure. Yes, we are live. Get the chat back up. So we're going to have Luke in here tonight from Northwoods Angling. And we're going to be answering any of y'all's questions that you might have for him or me. Outdoors Weekly, how's it going? And we're going to go through that. I'm going to do some early bird shout-outs. Bullet Club Josh, hey, how's it going? Hard Charger, hey. A couple people getting in here, early birds. What's going on, Joe Buck? Uh-oh. I think we might have just lost him. Hang on one second. I'm going to get Luke back in here. Let me mute this. Go to this. Yep, left the call. Gonna get him back in here. Bear with us, guys. And how is the audio? I'm going off of these headphones for the first time. And let me know when you're ready, Luke, and I'll put you on the screen. I don't know. It just said you left the call. Alright, there he is, guys. Alright, gonna get the chat back up. Alright, Dewey Cash, Lena, Kentucky Catman. How's everybody doing? Okay, we got a couple of people in here. There's Dexter. Dexter, I was just talking about you. Good evening from North Carolina. I'm in South Carolina, so good evening to you, neighbor. So you guys had a pretty awesome adventure yesterday. I mean, I would consider that an epic day by anyone's standard. And y'all, that was flooded, correct? If I saw that correctly. Oh, hang on. They can't hear you. Let me fix that. You guys can hear them now. How about that?
Can you hear me?
Yes. They were in Wisconsin yesterday, for those that missed that, catching a ton of fish.
Yeah, we were out there with our friends Troy and Amy. They're from Iowa. And we went there to catch channel cats, and we caught many 20-plus pound fish, lots of mid-teen pound fish, and it was definitely a day I'll remember the rest of my life. So
That's awesome. I caught some of your live stream. I'm not sure if I caught all of it, but they were just hitting y'all left and right. It was insane. I mean, just watching it, I was so enthralled. I mean, it was crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy, crazy fun. Those two are fun regardless. Even if you're not catching fish, Troy and Amy are some of the funnest people you can fish with. So.
And y'all had ice rods, or they had ice rods out, right?
Yeah, that's their thing. They run their ice rods, their catfish ice rods in the summer. Even if they're like blue catfishing in Alabama, it doesn't matter where they are. They're always got a couple of those ice rods out.
That's crazy. Let's see. Hopefully the audio is back. I think it is. Checking in from Maine. What's going on? Hey, Precision Angling. How are you? Any questions you have for Luke? He's from Northwoods Angling. Most of you know it. They are working on getting their channel to 10,000. Last I checked, you guys are about 200 away. Is that right?
I think we're 105 away right now.
Ooh, 105 away. Dieter is in the house. Driving back.
Dieter Melholm.
He's driving back from Talladega. Sorry. How's it going, Dieter?
He fits in. He fits in there with his long hair. So.
Let me see. Okay, so I'm gonna pull up the questions I had for you while these guys are getting their questions ready, if I can find them, and we'll just get into it. What's your favorite rig to use for, I guess, any species that you're fishing for? Because you guys fish for a wide variety of things.
I think even our alligator gar rigs are kind of a Carolina rig because it's pretty much the main line, a swivel, and a leader, except there's just no weight on it. So probably the rig I use the most is probably the standard Carolina rig, which is your main line, swivel, or your main line, your sinker, if you have a sinker slide or whatever the case may be, the swivel, the leader, and then the hook. So, and depending on what kind of structure we're fishing, if we're fishing on the Missouri, we're fishing more rocks, we're going to run a monofilament leader when we're fishing for them. Other than that, for alligator gar, it's a 150-pound steel cable leader, and like for regular channel cats and flatheads, I'm running braid to braid, all braid.
Okay. And then I just lost those questions. Wow. Hang on. There we go. What's the craziest bait you've ever tried?
Craziest bait. I would say like the head of a 12-pound carp.
Jeez. And we lost him again. That's no good. Let me mute this so you guys don't have to hear the ringing. The head of a 12-pound carp. Oh, did you guys hear that? That is insane. Let me close this off. Get him back on here. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Some weeks we don't have any issues, Dieter, and some weeks we lose them every now and again. So it's a work in progress. Like you said, nothing's perfect. Hey, Johnny, I'll go ahead and do the shout out. Some more shout outs. Hey, Amy, how are you doing? Dewey, what's going on? Yes. Go ahead and, if you don't know some of these channels, everyone in the chat right now has some amazing content. I know I'm not gonna call us close friends, but I know several of these guys, and they're just great people. No, Amy does not have any content except for her pretending that she catches 10-pound fish that she doesn't catch and her sister catches. That's my sister, guys. Calling him one more time. There we go. I don't know either. It's okay.
So I'm not sure what's going on.
I don't know. Alright. Mike, how's it going? Yes, Ryder and the Wyatt Life caught his new PB bass today, so that's exciting.
Nice.
Alright. So any questions you guys have for Luke from Luke from Northwoods Angling, go ahead and ask them in the chat, and I'll get to them as quickly as possible. Welcome everyone that's new. We're going to get into this. He just got back from a trip to Wisconsin. He's going on another trip, I believe, this upcoming weekend, right?
I am. We're headed south. So yesterday we were east to. We're leaving this Thursday. We're going south to the Missouri River to chase some monster blues.
You guys are all over the place. What's the farthest you've been?
The farthest is probably Virginia.
Virginia, okay.
Yeah.
What's your favorite rig to use when using demon dragons?
I've never used one.
Never used one. There you go, PGH. What's your biggest gar ever caught?
My biggest what?
Gar.
My biggest gar personally is rated about 150 pounds. The biggest gar we've got on film is 200.
I knew this one would be coming. The Wyatt Life asks, what are your best tips for growing your channel? And congrats on almost getting to 10K.
Thank you, by the way. Um, the biggest tips I could give people that want to grow on YouTube, consistency, and making sure you do what you enjoy. Make sure you enjoy it when you're doing it. The quality comes in there a little bit. That involves audio, video, but most importantly, if people like what you're doing and you like what you're doing, you're going to grow. So try to be consistent and have a schedule when you're putting out videos. And, you know, even thumbnails and titles and videos are really, really important for videos to be searchable on YouTube. That's a big thing with YouTube is we're learning as we go fishing with, you know, we've fished with some YouTubers that have 800,000 subscribers, 500,000 subscribers. It's a lot of it has to do with how you're titling videos, and it doesn't necessarily have to be clickbaity. But I can just say one thing. We were fishing with one of those guys, and the first thing he said is be vague. Don't have to be super specific on what you're doing and where you are in your title, and that's keywords are also really important too.
Leave room for them to be intrigued.
Yeah, it's a whole plethora of just a bunch of stuff, and it does take time to figure out. There are those channels that get huge overnight because something happened, or you know, we've worked really hard to get where we're at now. We're still small. I mean, in the realm of YouTube, 10,000 isn't very big, but I'm happy where our growth is going. So
yeah. Let's see. Mike Precision Angling said, "Wow, 150 to 200 pound gar must be insane."
It's the funnest trip every year. Gar fishing is ridiculous. It's adrenaline, and it's just action packed all the time.
All right, Deidre said he is back, so we can start the show.
Okay.
Mr. Realistic is in the house. Rest easy, Uncle Realistic is here. I'm gonna go back to my questions. So we got the 12-pound carp. That's the craziest bait you've ever used. What are your favorite hooks to use?
For blue cats, I'm a huge believer in the Charlie Brown 9/0 HDs from Bottom Dwellers. That's pretty much always our go-to hook for blue cats. So we've got my 100-pound blue on that hook. We got Jacob's 80-pound blue on that hook. Great hooks. Flatheads, typically I'm always running Gamakatsu Big Rivers, unless I'm circle hooking or tight lining them, which is not very common for me. I'm usually live bait with a clicker in the summer. For channel.
No. Okay. I'm going to get to your question in just a second, Dieter. Sometimes this happens, and I'm not really sure why. I may have to change the format of the show. I like the way it is right now with having us side by side. I really don't want to lose that. But it's just some weeks this happens, and I'm not sure if it's my end or their end. But yeah. So, give him the call again. And get him back in. And I'm remembering to hit the mute every time so you guys don't have to hear that bell. Let's see. Alright. Yeah.
Where did I get cut off?
You had just talked about you don't usually use circle hooks. Most of the time you're on a clicker in the summer.
Yep, and then for channel cats, I run a 6/0 and 8/0 Gamakatsu circle hook, octopus circle.
Let's see. Okay, Dieter had one for you. Do y'all plan on changing the format of your content more often, different style, etc., or will it remain the same moving forward?
We're slowly transitioning. Idaho was the first video we did where I'm vlogging, and that was the first trip I did by myself without all of our, without Jacob and all those guys. This summer we're gonna do some different stuff. I'm gonna be doing a lot of solo stuff in my boat. It might be with different people at different times, but I do plan on doing some flathead live stuff this summer on YouTube, and I'll definitely be doing some full production shows by myself. And I know Blake might be doing that too.
Okay. Yeah, I saw where Jacob had said that you guys he might be letting you take over a good bit. Or,
Yeah.
What's the most frustrating or challenging part of having a YouTube channel?
I think the most frustrating thing is when you put a lot of work into a video, and just making the video itself, filming, making sure you have all the B-roll you need, making sure you're catching the fish, and then Jacob puts in 40, 50, 60 hours of video editing in a video, and then it kind of flops.
Let's see. Bill had one. What's your go-to bait when nothing else is working?
For what species, I guess?
Bill answered that for me, and we'll get back to it. Alex from Realistic Fishing asked, what do you like on your hot dogs?
Ketchup. Once in a while, a little bit of relish. Typically, it's just ketchup, but if there's a little chopped onion and relish, I'll probably put some of that on with it.
I'm a chili and mustard girl myself.
I can't do mustard. That makes me want to vomit.
Bill said for flatheads, your go-to bait.
My go-to bait, if nothing's working, or if my main bait isn't working, that's.
Let's do both.
Here's the thing. You still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. When I'm flathead fishing, 90% of the time I'm using bullheads as bait for live bait. Usually when I'm flathead fishing, I don't have anything else, so there's really no go-to bait if something's not working. They're either going to eat it or they're not. That's my theory. If you put the bait in the right place and a place where they're going to come feed, you'll catch a fish on it, regardless if it's a bluegill, bullhead, creek chub. I think it's more of where you have the bait is more important.
Okay. Is there a point in y'all's YouTube career so far that your channel just took off? Is there something that caused it to just take off for a big jump?
I think, yeah, a year and a half ago, probably a year and 8 months ago when I caught my big blue cat, that video, we went from, so here's the thing, that video kind of sparked our channel and got people interested in our channel a little bit. And then hard work and keep uploading live streams, kept progressing it, and I think we grew a couple thousand subscribers from that video over, a 2-month period.
Okay.
And so in the last about year and 8 months, we went from about 250 subscribers to now 10,000. So,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Stephen Douglas is here. Hey guys, it's great to see y'all collaborating. Thanks, Steve. I saw the shop video you did a little while back, and your shop is looking amazing.
It's a big shop.
Yes, it is. Dieter asked, do you ever feel your niche? Oh no. What's going on? I think it's every time Dieter asks a question. What do you guys think? I'm just picking Dieter. Let's try this one more again. So let me see if there's any questions for me in here, and we'll get back to it. Yes, I am here. Let me.
Yeah, every time I've done Catfish Weekly, I've never had it crash.
I blame Dieter. It's every time he asks a question. Realistic asked, how many 10-year-olds, I guess in the comments, do you get over there telling you to just suck it?
What?
I guess, how many negative comments, I guess he would say, do you guys get?
Oh. They happen all the time.
They happen all the time.
People are mean, so.
Tim, they have not hit 10K. They're about 100 away. Okay. Dieter's question was, do you ever feel your niche on YouTube is too broad, and do you think you would better do you think you would be better served by narrowing the species?
Nope. I think it's completely opposite.
Yep.
I know other bigger channels have regretted being specific for a species.
Good to know. Yes, that's right, Dieter. His question, he goes out every time you post a question.
He's DDoSing my phone.
At least he's not taking over your live stream. That's right. Last night I was on a live stream with Country Girl Catfishing, and somehow she managed to knock herself out of the live stream, but not me. So I had her YouTube completely to myself. I mean, I could have done whatever I wanted with it. Let's see. It's okay, Steve Douglas. I still use monster rod holders proudly. Okay. Realistic fishing. If I go as Shaggy, Too Dope this Halloween, will you go as Violet J? I'm not sure who Violet J is. Apparently you don't either. Alright, let me go back to my questions. What's your, I guess you might have already, it might be the GAR, but what's your PB overall?
Like my biggest fish I've ever caught?
Yes, biggest fish.
It's a gar.
GAR. What's your favorite fish to catch?
Gar. I think I don't know if it's my. Yeah, I would say I think it's my favorite trip. That's a tough one. I haven't caught a lot of fish I want to catch yet, and I have a lot of bucket list fish to catch, so it's hard to say. But so far, it's alligator gar and big blue cats.
Gotcha. What's on the top of your bucket list?
Goliath grouper, probably.
Goliath grouper. That would be huge. Hey James, how you doing? Can you fish for gar with floating set lines?
I have no clue.
Okay. What's the rarest fish you've caught?
The rarest fish, as in species?
Dexter, are you talking as in species, or is Northwoods still going to guide a team in the Fishing for Freedom tournament in Quincy?
I am. Just me.
Is. Johnny wants to...
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm hoping someone could come with me to tag along for the long drive, but as of right now, I think it's just me coming, so, but yes, I am going to Fishing for Freedom.
Okay. If you don't know what Fishing for Freedom is, that is a tournament. I believe is it a tournament? It's a tournament, right? Or is it just...
It's a tournament, but it's more to get veterans on the water.
Gotcha. So basically, everyone takes their boat, and you get a veteran with you on your boat, and you take the veterans out for free for the day. I'm gonna get him back in here. I'm not sure why he keeps dropping out, but if you guys don't know what that is, I highly recommend you going and checking them out. The guy that's kind of over that was on Catfish Weekly a couple of weeks ago, and did an amazing job on the show for one, but it seemed like just an awesome cause. Make sure I've got that muted. So yeah. Dieter, you can start asking questions again. Apparently, it's not you. I know. I'm sorry. I don't know what it is. If I knew, I'd stop it.
I don't know.
What's your PB on catfish?
118-pound blue cat.
Blue cat? That's right.
Yeah.
Luke has become the front man and the face of Northwoods Angling, even though the channel is more than just Luke. Has been a challenge, and how do they handle that?
What? That's the question?
Has that been a challenge, and how do they handle that? Because you're basically the face of Northwoods Angling at the moment.
That's an opinion, though. I don't.
I agree.
I mean, that's just one person's opinion on it.
Yeah.
I don't really feel that way. So.
You guys are a group of 4, correct?
There are 4. Me and Jacob did the initial trip. We were the first ones to put a video up.
Yeah. Has that been? I guess has it been a challenge with you being primarily on it here lately? How about that?
No, I think I enjoy doing live streams and I enjoy interacting with people on video, and I don't think all of them are incapable of it because they've done live streams without me. I think I really enjoy it a lot more, and it's something I've done for a long time. And I think people just see me more because of the live streams. I think outside of Facebook, I don't think people see that as I'm the face. I don't think it's like that. I don't think that's realistic.
I agree. Mid-South Outdoors asked if you wanted to go out and do some scouting the day before of the Fishing for Freedom.
Yes.
So get with them, I guess.
Yeah, I haven't talked to Lyle yet. I know me and Lyle were planning something, but I'd like to get, I don't know that water at all, so it should be interesting.
Bill said something about you are not necessarily the front man for y'all's YouTube, but you are the front man for Pure Leaf.
No, that is true. That is not an opinion. That is factual information.
Let's see. What's your favorite place to fish in South Carolina? I asked that on your live stream the other night, and we saved it.
Say that one more time.
Your favorite place to fish in South Carolina?
I've never fished in South Carolina.
So, okay, how about North Carolina? That's fairly close to me.
Never been there either.
What? You've never been to Santee?
Yeah. Never. I want to.
Wow.
I fished. The only place on the East Coast I fished is the James River in Virginia, and then a tributary river of the James, and then obviously the Tennessee River, which is probably the next closest place over.
Realistic Fishing said, realistically, what kind of spots do you look for when catfishing from the bank?
What species? That's very important.
Let's say channels.
Oh, channel cats? Well, my little background of the information I'm going to give. I started catfishing from the bank for channel cats specifically. The river I started catfishing on about 12 years ago didn't have any other species of catfish besides like mad toms and bullheads. It was just channel cats. So typically on the river I fished, there wasn't a ton of structure. It was a big bowl, and I would fish runs, holes and runs. And there's nothing in the current you could read, which is different than when I would fish channels here. If I'm fishing for channel cats here from the bank, I would find somewhere where there's some structure downriver from me, and I'll place those cut baits right in front of that, so the scent goes right through that tree, and then any channel cat will come out of that tree. And if you get more towards, if you get on a heavy structure and current, and you're throwing to the outer edge of that tree, typically those big snags like that will make a scour hole off the point, and a lot of channel cats will sit right on the edge of that too. So
it's good to know. Well, guys, I don't know what's happening. But I think you got the gist of your answer, Alex. That's a good question. Let's try this one more again. Then I'm going to do catch of the week. Alright.
This is so broke.
I know.
I'm going to go nuts.
Okay. Sorry about that.
That's definitely my fault. I just don't know what I'm doing.
No, I'm not sure what's going on. It happened to Dieter once or twice last week. I don't know.
Are you infiltrating us with viruses, Sarah, or what's going on?
Not that I know of.
All right.
What are your future plans for the channel and the brand? And does he see this becoming a full-time endeavor?
Future plans. Our future plans right now are to keep fishing hard, traveling to new places around the country and the world, and broaden out more, even in Spain, and more into Canada, more even in Alaska. It just takes time and money, obviously, and I think we do want to keep growing. We love what we do, and sometimes it pretty much is a part-time job. Sometimes it feels like a full-time job doing YouTube and all that stuff, but that would be ideal one day to be sufficient monetarily from YouTube.
Okay.
It would be pretty, I think it'd be quite a fun ride to have that ability to do that.
Since you guys have 4 people, I know you said you started with just the 2 of you. You guys put out the first 2, you and Jacob. Does it make it a little bit easier, you think, having 4 people? Do you each have a specific job or like a specific role in the channel?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
We have certain people do different stuff. That could be like live streams, social media, apparel, editing. But yeah, we split it up. Try to split it up. And sometimes it works. It usually works pretty good. There's just times when we're fishing, and I guess for the fact that not all of us can fish all the time, it makes it good that if I can't go, probably Blake or Peter can.
Yeah.
So that works out well.
Dexter asked, is it too late for small YouTube channels to start now?
No. It is not. So here's my deal. So that whole 1,000 subscriber, 4,000 watch hours, you're familiar with that?
Yeah.
So I don't feel that, being as a year and a half ago, we were well under that number. And if your goal on YouTube is to make money, then that shouldn't even matter, because you're not making enough money with being that small where it's going to influence your life.
Yep.
You want to set your goal should be way higher than 1,000 subscribers, and there's a lot of channels that work really, really, really hard to get 1,000 subscribers. We worked really hard to get our first 1,000. It took a couple of years, and it's hard to explain. You probably kind of know what I'm saying, but you should have bigger goals than 1,000 subscribers if your goal is to make money on YouTube. And when you're below that, that money's really not going to influence a whole lot for the most part.
Let's see. I agree with you 100%. Shoot high and hope for the best. And I'm going on a year and a half right now, and I'm almost to 1,000 subscribers.
You're doing well.
But a lot of that has to do with going to the Catfish Conference and meeting up with all of you guys. You know, I talked with so many YouTubers there that gave me some amazing advice, and it's really helped me.
There's a lot of people that know a lot of different stuff, which is really fun.
Yeah. Let's see. Whisker Hunters asked what your
Joe
favorite
Heron?
bait is. Yes.
What's up, Joe?
What is your favorite bait?
I'll just list all my favorite baits for all three species.
Okay.
My favorite channel cat bait by far is frogs. If you've never used frogs for channel cats, you need to. My favorite bait for flatheads is bullheads.
This is gonna be fun, guys. So we got 2 of them. I'm about to get to that. So I'm going to shoot him a message. And we're going to do Catch of the Week. Alright. This actually kind of works out because I would have had to muted him anyways. So, Catch of the Week, guys. If you don't know what Catch of the Week is, it's where you guys send in your pictures to me every week. And I feature them in the Sunday Night Live. And then I feature you again every Wednesday in your own, like, little preview. All of the YouTube channels are listed in the description below. If you don't have a YouTube channel or you don't have any content, that's fine. Anybody can enter in. You can send in your kids' pictures. You can send in your grandkids' pictures, your aunt, your uncle, your granny. I don't care. I just want to see you guys catching fish. So, hi, Ryder. How are you? Gonna get to Catch of the Week right now. Let's go. Boom. Oh, there we go. Catch of the Week. Where there's no fish too small, no wrong species. We just want to see you getting out there and catching fish. First up this week, we've got antique catfishing. Sometimes on your birthday, dreams come true. So this is his first big fish in a couple of years, and it happened right around his birthday, so that was pretty awesome. Grab life by the fish. We're going to play a numbers game. Can you guys guess the weight on this bass? Between this one and the next fish, you guys guess the weight. YouTube, HoosierBackOD. One for the record books. Dexter catching a Mekong giant catfish, 33 pounds. That is insane. Definitely not one you'll see anywhere around the U.S. He is actually out of Malaysia. That is awesome. YouTube Kentucky Catman, 27 plus pounds cat. That's a big fish. We've got Country Girl Catfishing, catching what I believe is her new PB at 5.5 pounds. Solid fish. She just put out a video on that. BadgerFarm Girl on YouTube. I just watched this video of her catching this walleye on Wolf River front. TomyTek Outdoors catching this cat blue Caught on the Potomac River. Make sure you're leaving some love in the comments, guys. YouTube, Dewey Cash. 8 pounds, 1 ounces. This is Dewey's personal best. That's a big fish, guys. And we've got Get Out the House Go Fish. He loves sending these pictures in with kind of like a collaboration. His very first bluefish, his trout just to show it off to me, and the stingray that he caught in a cast net catching bait. YouTube, Fishing with Big D. 3.5 pounds. He's always in the live stream, and he always has a very interesting question I'm going to be asking Luke as soon as he gets back. On YouTube, we got NUSKOOL Fishing, and I apologize about that spelling, NUSKOOL. This is Ryan and Neil. Catching 2 hybrids. Caught at LKN. YouTube, Mid-South Outdoors Life. From his fishing trip, Lucille. I love seeing all these smiles, guys. It just brightens up my day every time I get these. This is what it's all about, guys. The future. This is the next generation of fishermen. From Old Man Catfishing, he sent in this of his grandson, Bentley, showing us all how it's done. He's going to be famous one day, guys. We've got Addi Clark catching her very first fish. 2 years old. All smiles. I hope K-Bug is still in the chat. Here she is catching a cat. Her pictures are always great. 5-pound channel. Then we've got on YouTube the Wyatt Life. This is Ryder catching this sunfish. So that they didn't get that skunk that day magnet fishing. He had to go out and show his dad how it's done. We've got Benjamin from Dewey Cash sent this one in. 14-inch on a sexy shad square bill. Some amazing fish, guys. And that's it, catch of the week. Like I said, if you don't know what catch of the week is, all you have to do is send me your pictures at either yakinwithsarah@gmail.com. You can send it to me through Facebook, Yakin with Sarah. You can send it to me through Instagram, Yakin with Sarah. I make it real easy for everybody. I try and give you as many options as possible. Whatever's easiest for you to send it to me, go ahead. So yeah, yakinwithsarah@gmail.com, Facebook or Instagram. I'm on all of them. Make sure you're sending in those pictures. Have them in by Thursday night, and you'll be featured in that week's Sunday Night Live. Alright, gonna pull up chat and going to try and get him back in here. Gonna go through chat. LKN is like Norman. Looks like everybody's showing some love, which is amazing. Great bunch of fishing photos. Up. Sorry guys, I'm reading through this. Awesome. I cannot wait, Wyatt Life. That's going to be a good one. There are shad and white perch. Johnny. Gonna get chat back up. And we'll get back to this. So go ahead and start sending your questions for Luke. We've got about 20 more minutes in the show, and then we'll be summing things up. I do have some things going on that I want everybody to know about. And and I'll get to those at the end of the show. You get Luke back in here. There he is. So we just did Catch of the Week, Luke. I'm not sure if you got to see it or not. But,
I did.
Yeah, some great photos. Did you see that Mekong?
I like those.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Let's see. So, any more questions you guys have for Luke? I'm going to go back to mine for a second. Where did you learn to fish from? Who taught you to fish?
My dad, when I was a little kid, he taught me how to fish. I grew up on a lake, and it was different because I grew up on a lake up in northern Minnesota, and I went from lake fishing my whole life. And my dad passed away when I was really little, so I kind of stopped fishing for quite a few years. And my mom remarried, and my stepdad actually fished too, so it worked out really well. And I started river fishing about 12 years ago. So that's just going out and meeting people and learning new techniques and all that. So
yeah, very cool. What is my PB cat is just over 5 pounds, Johnny, as of right now. Question for Sir Luke. Wondering when catfishing here in Fargo on the Red really heats up. This is from Bradley Granberg.
I don't remember the magic number. The Red's got a magic number. I think it might be like 55 degrees water temp. I always forget. Literally, that's like a trick question for me because I never remember.
All right. Fishing with Big D asks this every week for his kids. What is your favorite cartoon?
I don't remember the last time I watched one, to be honest, but my favorite cartoon. I think growing up, my most memorable one is probably like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Gotcha.
Way back.
How do you catch a gar?
Hold on. Can you hold on 1 second?
Yeah.
My headphones are on my Xbox and I keep hearing everything. I don't like that.
You're fine.
We're good. How do you catch a gar? It's a great question, actually. So we fish from a boat. People that fish from shore do it different than us. We go out in a boat on the Trinity River in Texas, and we run. Should I grab my gar leader? I have one hanging up. Let me get it.
Go for it. It's like One Cast, One Fish just had a fishing hack video. I appreciate that. Yeah, everybody, if you're enjoying the show, go ahead and slap that thumbs up. We're live every Sunday night with different hosts. So, yeah. Go ahead with your leader.
All right. So, this is 150 pound. It's coated steel cable. It's really, really heavy. And we make our own. And that goes to the crimp and then this treble hook here. So this is pretty much the rig, and then this end that's cut off would typically have a swivel on it. And usually you want them between 2 and 4 feet long. And what you do is you get big cut bait. Typically carp's one of the best baits for gator gar.
Okay.
Get this gator gar specifically. If I was fishing long nose gar, I would use like a piece of rope or something, a live bait with a rope around it or something for the gar's teeth to get in it. But for gator gar specifically, we get a big piece of carp, 1-2 pound chunk of carp, and we put one of the barbs through the meat up through the skin and the scales, and it leaves 2 hooks open. And what you do is and these are brass hooks.
One more shot, guys. We've almost been on an hour anyways, so. So this happens sometimes, and we're still figuring it out. Like I said earlier, let me make sure I've got all of this muted, so you guys aren't hearing all the dinging. I learn something new in every live. That is definitely true. Let's go with it. Oh, he was right there at it, ready to answer.
My gosh.
One last go around.
How far did I get?
You stick one in, leave two of the barbs, and you were just about to explain what you do after that.
So you chuck the bait out and in the river. On the bottom, no weight. Let the bait be the weight. Where we fish, the current's slow enough where we can do that. And the thing is, if you start using weights on these rigs, the gar will feel the tension, and when you're pulling it, it might get stuck, and they'll actually drop the bait. They're pretty picky about it like that. So when the gar picks it up, we use beepers on shore. So we set them out in a 200-yard stretch of the river, and we put our rods on the banks, throw the bobber out or drop the bait out, bring the rod to shore, and they're on bobbers. They're not suspending the bait. They're just markers for the bait. The gar will pick, the beeper will go off on our boat. We'll see the transponder. It'll say yellow rod. So we'll go to the rod we know has the yellow beeper, and we'll go pick up the rod, and we'll follow the bait down river. Usually it'll go 100 yards, a couple hundred yards up or down river, and then it'll stop, and it'll actually start swimming back to where it swallowed the bait. And at that point is the time when we set the hook. That's when they're actually swallowing the bait. So we actually set the hook, and it's usually it swallowed the bait and it's behind their esophagus or whatever it is. Then you cut the leader right at the mouth, and they usually can get the hook out in like a week. So it's pretty low harm on the fish.
Gotcha. Let's see. Have you ever done any bow fishing or noodling? I don't
I have
do
not.
either.
I have never.
Yeah. See you, Northern. I appreciate you stopping by. We've got about 9 minutes left on the show with Luke. So if you guys have any other questions, make sure you're shooting them right now. Let's see. If Joseph, Joseph, if you're watching, I just got your pictures for next week's Catch of the Week. I appreciate that. Let's see. So we talked about you traveling. How often do you guys travel? Is that almost every weekend now?
No. I would like to. I just gets expensive. In reality. It's I'm working, Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
And sometimes I don't have to work on weekends, but sometimes I got a lot of stuff I need to get done at work. So I'll stay in the office. Sometimes I'll work on Saturdays. It's hard. It's hard to do it every weekend, but we try every couple weeks to get out of town. We're fishing every day, but we're not traveling all the time.
Gotcha. Is it usually just you and Jacob traveling, or are the other two traveling as well? How often do you guys all get together?
A lot of the shows have been me and Jacob, and a lot have been all of us, I guess, too. But for the most part, Jacob has one kid, and he's almost 16. I don't have any kids, and Blake and Peter both have little kids.
That's rough.
So it's tough.
Yeah.
I mean, Peter just had one here this last year, and Blake has 3 girls. So.
Oh, that makes it even worse. I'm one of 6 sisters, so.
I'm probably the freest out of everyone. Put it that way.
I got you. You guys live about 2 hours apart, I think you told me. Is that right?
Well, it's an hour to Blake's, it's an hour to Jacob's, but if I go to Blake's, then it's an hour to Jacob's that way too. So it's like a big triangle.
Gotcha. Gotcha. What are your, I know Dieter asked long-term goals and stuff, but as far as what would you love to see happen with the channel? Just maybe one thing that you would just love to see happen besides reaching the 10,000 subscribers.
I'd love to see 100,000.
You would love to see 100,000.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's just a specific YouTube goal, but I think in terms of fishing with YouTube, I think my goal would be do more saltwater.
Yeah, I was just about to start asking about that. How I know. All right, we are 6 minutes away from the end of the show, so I'm gonna let him come back on and say his goodbyes. And I wonder if it's timing out, like Dieter said. That maybe what it is, something on the phone. Maybe when the phone blacks out, it's timing out. I'm not sure. I'll have to look more into that. Kentucky Catman, you are fishing right now, so he said the fish are on fire. We're gonna say our goodbyes, Luke. I am sorry that this has been a pain in the rear end.
I don't know what's going
on. It's almost like it's timing out.
It keeps saying I leave the call. I don't know. I know I saw Dieter had it happen a couple times. I have no clue. I'm speechless. I have no clue.
Adam Outdoors, where are you? Adam, you're in South Carolina tonight? Okay, what are your thoughts on Palex? Before we say our goodbyes.
We can't end it on Palex.
Alright, maybe we can have you on the show another time, and we can begin the show with that.
I don't even want to talk about him, to be honest.
Yeah, I understand. Dieter asked that one. Have you ever fished Mark Twain Lake in Monroe City, Missouri?
I have not.
Jeff said that there are big blues and cats there.
I have heard of it. I've never fished it, though.
So you said you wanted to do more saltwater fishing.
Yep.
How often are you... Last year, how often were y'all able to make it to an ocean?
Last year?
Yes.
0.
0? Gotcha. Let's see. Any last questions? Then we're saying our goodbyes. Have you ever used trout for sturgeon?
Yes. For white sturgeon.
White sturgeon. There you go, Frank.
I think our white sturgeon on the government charts was about 330 pounds, and I think it was either caught on salmon belly or it was caught on a rainbow trout.
I think he's catching, most of the time you're going after sharks when you're saltwater, right?
Yep, sharks.
Yep. What brand do you prefer for reels? Shimano, Daiwa, etc.?
I'm a fan of Penn.
Okay.
I own a lot of Abu Garcias. I have 11 sitting next to me. But I prefer the Penn. The Penn Fathom LW is by far my favorite catfish reel I've ever owned.
Tim asked, what's the difference in sturgeon species?
Between all the ones I know, there isn't a whole lot different except where they live in the country and size.
Okay.
Lake sturgeon, a really, really, really giant lake sturgeon is 100 pounds. Like 150 pounds is probably a super giant, which most people will never catch. And if you put that in relativity to like a white sturgeon, 800 pounds is a really big white sturgeon.
Gotcha.
And then there's the Atlantic sturgeon down in over in the East Coast in Virginia. There's some on the James River, and then there's the pallid sturgeon, the shovel-nosed sturgeon, which are a lot smaller species, smaller than lake sturgeon.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and let Luke say his farewells for tonight. Then I've got a couple of announcements for you guys. So, Luke, I appreciate you so much for coming on the show and putting up with the drop calls. I apologize about that. I'm not sure what's going on with that. And I think everyone really enjoyed having you on the show.
I appreciate you having me on. It was fun, even
was
though my phone kept screwing up. I'm not sure what happened. And we are doing a Tomcat custom rod giveaway at 10,000, just so people know.
Yes, they're 100 away, guys. Let's help get them there. If any of you are not subscribed, as soon as you get off here, maybe you can type something in the chat so that they can just click your link and
I can do
go
that.
straight to your channel. Once
And
again,
we're giving it away on our Facebook page probably. So.
all right, good deal. I'll include that in the link after the show. I'm sorry, in the description after the show. I'm gonna get you off of here, and I'm gonna go over a few things and do my little giveaway. Have a
Sounds
wonderful
good.
night. I appreciate you again.
Thank you, Sarah. See you guys all later. It's been fantastic. I'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Let me get this taken care of. There we go. Alright, guys. So, a couple of things that I wanted to go over real quick while I've still got a couple of you in the chat is, one, the giveaway. So, every week we do a giveaway during the Sunday Night Live. It's usually somewhere from the middle of the show all the way to the end of the show, depending on when I remember to do it. And it is a sticker every week. You guys that won last week, Pill and Drag and Kentucky Catman, will be getting your stickers. I'll be shipping them tomorrow. So, all you have to do to win the giveaway is be the first to comment the answer to my question. And the question will always be about something on my previous videos. So you have to be a subscriber, basically. You have to watch the content to know what it is. That is Northwoods Angling right there, so make sure that you're smashing that channel. Make sure you're subscribing. They have some amazing content, guys. They really do. And so yeah, the giveaway. I posted a magnet fishing video last week, Monday. I found, or my niece found, a rod and reel while magnet fishing. What was the brand of the reel for any of you still in the chat? Winner takes home a sticker. The brand of the reel. I believe it was a 1967. Alright, Kentucky Catman, you won last week, so you can't win this week. But Joe Buck won, so you got your name wrote down, Joe. You guys are on fire with this. You know, I never expect a lot of people to know the answer. But like some weeks you guys are just like, as soon as I say it, you have it. I think you guys know. You guys know what's coming. Alright, shoot me an email, Joe Buck, and I will get you a sticker. Alright, another announcement. If you guys want one of those Catch Photo Release t-shirts from me, if you could let me know tonight that you want it, it could be shipped to you next week. I need to know your size and what color you want. I don't have one on me, but if you follow me on Facebook or if you follow me on YouTube or on Instagram, you've seen those it's Catch, and it's got a picture of a camera and then it says release under it. If you want those, let me know. I'm having another run made up. Shoot me an email or on Facebook or on Instagram as always, and let me know what size and color you want. Besides that, I am officially done with overtime. So anyone that might want to do some meeting up, if you're in the South Carolina area, I've got something on in North Carolina in about 2 weeks. Super excited about it. If you're in the general area, maybe we can meet up and do some fishing. And if you're interested in being on the live stream, let me know of a topic that you want to talk about, and if I'm okay with it, come join me on one of the live streams. You'll have an hour to answer questions, to either just talk back and forth, whatever you want to do. Just shoot me an email, and let me know what topic you want to talk about so I can approve it. Thank you, Big Fish. I appreciate all of you. I think it was a good show, besides the cutting in and out. Nothing we can do about that. That's just technical difficulties. And that's it. Send me those pictures for Catch of the Week. yakinwithsarah@gmail.com. yakinwithsarah on Facebook and on Instagram. I will catch all of you later. I appreciate every single one of you. Have a wonderful night. Catch you later.